there was no sleep. Going into day 4, from the time the inmates were setting the building on fire, you know, you can't settle the kids down because they thought that these deputies were heroes and they are people who are supposed to save people and make sure everybody's safe, and y'all letting these inmates burn up, you know. And you know, it was hard to settle them down after that, because I mean, to hear them screaming the way that they were, it was convincing to an adult. So, you know, you can only imagine what a child thought. This was like midnight, you know, and 3 a.m. we still walking around and hoping that somebody comes and rescues us. And going into day 4, it was early in the morning. And, well, this is day 4. Early in the morning, and I remember them calling all of us to come for a meeting, and basically told us that the inmates were completely loose and they were at the door peeking at us through the glass. We talking about 3-inch thick, 4-inch thick door that they've been breaking out since the beginning of this, so it's not much to stop them. Oh, so we went and got all our batons and our pieces of wood off cots and get ready to fight. And I remember everybody being lined up at the desk, and on the opposite side of the desk is a door, and we have all the deputies that's left, and I believe a few deputies came over to our building to help us, because I think we were the worst off out of everybody else, as far as our deputies being loose. We were standing on the side of the desk, and the inmates went back upstairs for some reason or another. I guess to recruit and come up with a plan. And it was beautiful outside that day. And I remember thinking, I can't believe a hurricane just passed. I'm sorry to go back like that. But I remember stepping away and going to my friend who was keeping my kids. My son was screaming so loud, calling my name. This particular son never cried. He was crying so hard, calling my name. I couldn't understand why was he cutting up so bad. My friend couldn't even hold him. She had to lay him on the floor and sit on him to stop him from trying to come to me. He kept trying to come to me because he wanted to help me fight the inmates. And inmates beating on the door with a fire extinguisher. You can see the door shaking, because I know it's about to pop loose. I told my friend, I kissed my son and I told him, you need to stay with her, calm down. Let me go do what I gotta do, and I'll be back. I need you to stop screaming. I need you to be strong and stop screaming and stop crying. He didn't stop, and I told my friend, if they open that door, throw my kids in the water, and you go in behind them, because whatever happens in that water is going to be way better than what's happening when the inmates get out that door. She can't swim, and neither can my kids at that time. And she just looked at me with this look. And I turned back to her and I told her, I'm serious. Y'all get in the water. You would do better trying to swim and get away from them than staying here and let them do whatever it is they're going to do to you. Because in order for them to get to you, they got to get past me. They're going to kill me, so I'm not going to be here. Do what you got to do, but just go in the water. Don't stay at this jail. I go back to where the other deputies are. Everybody got guns. The sheriff let them have their guns. No formation. Everybody's at the ready, pointing their guns at the door where the inmates at. Deputies stacked on top of deputies with guns. The ones who don't have guns have little pieces of wood. They steady hitting. Everybody ready, because they coming out that door. And like I said, it's like 800 of them. Soon as they hit that door, one more hit, maybe two, they was coming through. And the Department of Corrections came on airboats with big ass rifles, with masks around their face, hoodies on. I ain't never been so happy to see a white man in the hood in my life. When I saw them boys get off that boat with those guns, that's the moment that I knew I was not going to die. Because before they came, I was sure that I was going to die. And it was not going to be pleasant, and it was not going to be easy. I was going to be beat to death by a bunch of men. And my kids was probably going to drown. Because if I told my girl to throw them in the water, she was going to do it. Those guys came up there, those inmates saw those Department of Correction guys, and they ran their ass back up them stairs. And I laid on that floor. And I laid on that floor, and I cried and cried and cried. Because I knew it was over. It was finally over with. Because these guys came 30, 40, 50 on boats. So I knew that was it. They jumped off those boats and ran up those stairs. Like the hell I wish we could have done. And they got every last inmate out that building in plastic handcuffs and got them out of there. We had them all lined up all over the steps, all over the building, and boats came all night, taking them away to a bridge that was around the corner from our prison and getting them out of the city.